Today I'm going to be doing the amazing Emma Chamberlain's hair tutorial, and she just had a big hair transformation, starting with the color, and then also she had her haircut, quite a bit shorter than usual. So what I'm going to do is I first want to break down, which she actually did a pretty good job of, is break down the color. Traditionally, she's like pretty platinum blonde, right? Which looks great on her. And she mentioned in her video that her hair was just over processed from, lightening it or quote unquote bleaching it so much, and it does a toll on your hair if you're doing it over and over and over again. It just happens to anyone. And her hair was just so damaged, I guess, from what she said, and her hairdresser, needed to darken the hair color just to trim it up, make it look healthier. And the way you go about doing that is you need to replace the pigment. So just real quick on hair and the lightening process, and what happens is, say you're this color naturally and you want to go to this color, every human being has something called underlying pigment. So that underlying pigment starts all the way down. If your hair is this dark, it's red, then it goes to red-orange and yellow-orange and yellow and pale yellow, and basically to where you're at a pale blonde, basically. And what happens is, when you're lightening the hair, it goes through those different phases of lightening, and that's why you may try to lighten your hair or bleach it, and it looks like a pumpkin because it's like really bright orange or brassy, because your hair simply wasn't lightened enough, or you're exposing your underlying pigment. So that's the first step, and it could take multiple times to get it to this color, and that's what causes the damage and the over-processing. So it's very, very common, and it's a challenge that even us as professionals face. Now let's reverse it. So your hair is this blonde, and you want to go back to something darker or much darker. You have to do something which is called a filler, or replacing the pigment that was stripped. So now what you need to do is you have to find what that underlying pigment is of the level of that color that you want your hair to be. So hair color is broken down by depth or by tone. Depth is how dark or how light, and tone are the different characteristics of coloring. So light brown, dark brown, medium blonde, and the characteristic or the tone would be an ash blonde or an auburn brown or a coppery blonde. Those are what the tones are. So what you have to do is you have to replace that underlying pigment back into the hair, or else if you took like a dark brown color and put it on a platinum blonde like this, there may be some heavy discoloration. It may make the hair very green or like a grayish type color, and it also will fade. It won't really do much. It's not going to be pleasant. So by putting that underlying pigment back into the hair, meaning we have to put something like a red color, right, a pure just red pigment back onto that color, let it sit and bake it into the hair, not technically bake, but let it sit on the hair and process, then go back in and put the target shade over that. So what you're doing is you're now replacing the color of the pigment that was stripped, and you're getting it back to that color. And that's what happened in the case of Emma's hair. And I'll be honest with you, I do think she looks great blonde. The new haircut she has and the new color definitely makes her a bit more mature looking. It's an awesome haircut, but it's really a mature type haircut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually execute the haircut, then I'll break down towards the end how I did it, and let's get started. All right, everyone, so here is the finished haircut, and if I can be honest, this is probably one of my favorite haircuts to do. It's also one of my signature haircuts. I call this the money cut. And yeah, it's a definitely more sophisticated, mature type of haircut. This is a beautiful, beautiful layered haircut, and it's got a lot of versatility to it, meaning you can flip it around both ways. You can really have a lot of fun. You can wear it sleek. And I'm also noticing a trend that's coming back where a lot of girls or even women are getting angles coming towards the front again. So that seems to be coming back, like the typical classic face framing. So what I did is I established my length, which isn't really like, it's kind of like in that lob area, like a longer bob type of length right in through here. And I always do my outline first. That's something I learned many, many years ago as a hairstylist, is you create your foundation first, and that's always the length. So what I did is I created my base here throughout the back, the sides, and then I created my angle in the front here. What's important is to find out where you want this front piece to start, right? Where do you want this to, and in her case, it's right around here. So I just went down with my shears just like this. It wasn't slide cutting. I didn't do slide cutting because that makes it very wispy and almost, very uneven and wispy. So what I did is I went down, actually closed the shears to make more of a solid line, did that on the other side, and then went back in and cleaned it up to make sure it was all balanced. The next part of the haircut that I do is always the layering throughout the back here. And what I did is I held the section straight up, and, which actually, let's see if you can, I held it straight up. As you can see, it's about this long. I did 2 sections holding the hair straight up this way, and then I actually held the hair out vertically. And that is where I pulled everything out straight from the head and created a shape that worked into the bottom length. And if you did see, I went all the way down to the very bottom as far as the layering. What happens a lot of times is people may leave this part out and it becomes very, very heavy and not really connected. But no, I went all the way down to the very bottom to make sure every hair was layered. Then the next really important part of this haircut is the connection point between the back and the top. So I held the hair out and I followed the head shape, and I just rounded out, right? I rounded out the shape to go all the way around straight up to follow the contour of the head and then to work into the very front piece, because remember, there's such a big difference between these 2 lengths. So what we need to do is connect this into this, and that's where it's really essential that you really know what you're doing when it comes to cutting hair and creating layers, because you want this to all flow. And that's what happens is when it does flow correctly, it just got a gorgeous, seamless, layered shape like you can see through here. And that's how Emma's hair is. So whoever cut her hair and colored it did a really good job. I checked it out. I watched how Emma was just kind of like running her fingers through it and playing around and going over one direction and then the other way, and it really was nice. So props to whoever cut it. But yeah, this is pretty much the haircut, and the color was already here on the mannequin to begin with, but I hope you all enjoyed it. Please help me get this out to Emma, share it on social media, tag her on Instagram, whatever you gotta do. I'd love for her to see this. I think it came out great. So thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time for more videos with The Salon Guy.